I'm Haley. Welcome to the whole podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hi, everyone. My name is Halley Korff. I am your vision impaired host, and today we are going to interview one of our staff. Her name is Sarah Carlson. And Sarah, do you want to tell a little bit about what your job title is and what you do here at the Whole Person?
Sure. I'm an independent living advocate and a youth and adult support specialist. One of my main jobs is to teach transition classes in high school. I also facilitate our brain injury peer support group.
That's quite a big job, though,
hmm
because transition on its own is a huge time. What do you want to call it? Time, not restraint, but you know what I mean. Like it takes a
Consumer.
lot of your
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And then the youth group, the youth portion of that is different because kiddos understand things in a different way.
Yep.
And then the support groups, those take up time as well.
They do.
So you are a busy lady.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about the brain injury peer support group. I know that it exists, but I don't know what really actually happens there.
Sure. So we meet the second Thursday of every month from 1 to 2 p.m. at the Whole Person. We have kind of topics that we focus in on for the first maybe half hour. So they range from, advocacy, healthy communication, um, what resources, finding
Mhm.
different resources that the members need. And then, people will talk about kind of update each other, because we only do it monthly, just kind of see what's been going on in people's lives. And also, if they need any resources, how we can assist them with finding the right agency to partner with.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
So you have questions already created before you go into your monthly meeting.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
hmm
That's really cool. So you have to do a lot of prep time before that and figure out what's going on and make sure you're not repeating too many questions.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
hmm
Okay. And how do you come up with your questions?
I'll talk to the group about what's important to them, what they want to talk about, what they want to expand upon. We have our main ones that we cover. So, for example, for advocacy, we have role played in the past about talking to a doctor and being direct. We have, we just kind of we have a basis, but we also go with the flow. So, if someone is having, a lot of issues going on in their life, we'll focus in on that and see how we can help that person out.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. And so let's see here. I think we've kind of already answered some of our questions on number one. Um, so everybody shares resources, right, in the group.
Mhm.
So everybody has different viewpoints and um, everybody has different organizations. Now, do you know of all the organizations or is that still a learning curve? Because I don't know how many would be out there, to be honest.
Sure. It is always a learning curve, but we work closely with the Missouri Brain Injury Association.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We're kind of a branch of a support group off of them because they're based in St. Louis. And then every quarterly, we have professionals who usually come to the Whole Person from different agencies of that work with people with brain injuries. We let people know about what we're able to offer people, and and just kind of if they have a consumer that needs some assistance, we all kind of brainstorm about how we can help that person out too.
Right.
We learn about their guidelines, waivers, anything like that. So if I come across one of our members, and they're looking for something in particular, I can kind of direct them to talk to this organization without them having to do a lot of runaround.
Right. Well, and everybody's disability is so different
Mhm.
that you just don't know what kind of support they may need at that time. So that's really cool that you have those connections because
Mhm.
there are things out there that you and I don't know about all of it. So,
Absolutely. And every brain injury is different.
mhm.
Every kind of support is different. And how much support that you need or that you want. So we just kind of go person by person and see, how can we assist you to be more independent, live the life that you want to.
Right.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this. Do you guys have a lot of um like on my side of the table for vision impairment, any disability, really, I guess you could say, is sometimes the client isn't yet accepting of their disability. And so they struggle with even accepting some of the support and help.
Mhm.
Do you experience that a lot with the traumatic brain support groups or that group of disability?
We do sometimes. I've had speakers come in from agencies that kind of speak broadly about what they do. Or I will ask the participant if they want to reach out to someone where that's kind of their main job is to work with people with brain injuries. Also, I highly recommend going to seminars.
Mm,
There's two each year, one in Kansas, one in Missouri, both by brain injury associations. And so they can kind of work at their own pace. They can see what agencies are out there. Um, so that is, I think that can be a little more comfortable for them just kind of dipping their toe in, see what's out there, and just knowing that they're not alone in this. Every person is different, but we're all dealing with the same kind of umbrella disability.
right. I know that it's very scary to accept help and like
Mhm.
seek out what kind of support you might need. So it's really nice that you have somebody who can connect all of that and they can work at their own pace. Because that's really what helped me when I was first dealing with it. My mom and I didn't know where to go. So
Mhm.
we just kind of worked at our own pace and figured it out slowly. And I
Yep.
think that really helped.
Yeah, I think it does too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's really cool. Okay. All right. Let me look at the next questions
Okay.
because we got some good questions here. Okay. Oh, I wanted to ask you about your resource sharing. Do you have a way that people can access that on our website, or would they be able to, or just call you?
Usually, I do a lot of information and referral. So usually people will just call me
Mm,
and I can point them in the direction or email me. I
okay.
can leave a general message in the inbox and that will get to me. And then I can kind of look around and see what agencies would kind of be the best fit for them.
Perfect. Okay. I
Hmm.
just wanted to make sure people knew how to access the
Yeah.
information. Okay. Okay. Let me look here. Oh yeah. We talked a little bit about challenges just now, but what other challenges do you see that people face with traumatic brain injuries?
I would say it is kind of it can be considered to be an invisible disability.
Hmm.
So I think, if someone has an accident, stroke, whatever it may be, I think the biggest challenge is that they look like they used to, but maybe their processing time is longer, anything like that. And people around them expect them to be who just exactly who they were
Hmm.
before the accident or whatever happened. I think that's the most frustrating part that I've heard for them because they aren't.
Yeah.
And people need to, their loved ones, whoever it may be, they need to accept that and kind of grow with that person into this new life that they have and be supportive and all of that. And I think it's good for their caregivers and their loved ones to also go to support groups and just kind of learn more about brain injuries and how this is affecting their loved one in particular.
Right. Yeah, no,
Hmm.
that is one of the harder challenges. You and I have done a couple of presentations about invisible disabilities and um it is hard when your family members, forget that you can't see or my parents will always be like, "Hey, look over there." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." you know,
Yeah.
but it is really hard because sometimes the person with the disability has grown, thus far, and then the family is still sometimes back here,
Mhm.
and it's hard when you just want somebody to understand you.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Wow.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this. Can friends or family join your support group?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
we've had a lot of caregivers, we've had a lot of, family members join us, anyone is welcome.
Mhm.
And we work with, um, any sort of brain injury too. Yeah.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Oh, yeah. Do you have any kind of different success stories that you've seen with the traumatic brain injury group? Um, I know that it takes a while with any disability to get there,
Mhm.
but I do know that it is possible. Have you seen somebody grow through their disability and are now able to be more independent in their own right?
I would Our group is very, small and supportive.
Okay.
I would say, yes, I have. A lot of our members also go to, Getting Social, one of our other
Yes.
groups, and so they have, that that built-in support system also. And we recommend that to everyone that comes to brain injury. I would say, we are a very supportive group. We give out a lot of advice if that's what they want.
Mhm.
And we encourage, to be as independent as possible. And advocate, and we talk a lot about self-care,
Mhm.
and that goes further than just spa day and stuff like that. It's eating healthy, taking care of your body, talking to someone if you need to. That's so important. And that's all kind of how we develop our self-care talks. Um, but yeah, I mean, I would say since we are such a small group, we are there for each other and we kind of know each other's stories. And I think that has been helpful for some people. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
No, I mean, sometimes everybody wants to talk about this big flashy success story, and those are great, and they
mhm.
they just take a little bit of time to get there, but there are small successes that happen monthly to monthly, and so I think it's good to just always recognize those as well, because sometimes somebody will just on one of my meetings, they'll be really quiet and not really participating and just listen, and that's great.
Mhm.
And then the next time they'll start speaking up a little more because they recognize some of the people, or they're like, "Oh, I know Haley's voice," and gosh, she talks a lot, and so they'll talk a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so
totally.
it can happen very slowly, but I do believe that those are important too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're so focused. I'm so focused on the meeting and like the agenda, and I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute, no, this is happening in real time."
Mhm.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if it's okay with you, I'd like to just take a quick break and then we can come back in a couple of minutes and go on with our questions. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll be right back, everyone. Thank you.
Living with a disability can feel isolating, but it doesn't have to. At The Whole Person, peer support groups bring people together who truly understand. The Whole Person provides a variety of peer support groups. Brain injury group, share experiences and navigate life after your injury. Mental health group, connect with others managing anxiety, depression, and other mental health challenges. DIY life skills, build confidence and skills for independence, designed for ages 18 to 24. In addition to these, we offer specific groups for spinal cord injuries, blindness and low vision, and deaf and hard of hearing. Whatever your journey, you're not alone. To find your group and attend our next meeting, please visit thewholeperson.org/peer support or call us at 816-561-0304. Peer support at The Whole Person. Real people, real connection.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us again. We are going to jump right back into some questions and learn a little bit more about the traumatic brain injury support group. Okay. All right. So, Sarah, you and I've talked a little bit about what you guys do and everything like that, but I wanted
Mhm.
to ask you, how did you get into doing the traumatic brain injury support group?
Let's see, I started facilitating maybe back in 2018 or
Oh, wow.
so.
Okay.
So I've been kind of off and on
Mhm.
for a while. I always love doing it. Um, so I'm glad that they asked me to pick pick up again. And we've had some of the same consumers there for many, many years. So I was really happy to come back after about 2 years or so. Um, I think I think they just asked me to to do the group. I was very nervous at first.
Yes.
Um, and so I did a lot of research, talked to a lot of agencies, how can I best support this group that I'm going to be working with? And I got so much good advice and it's been going great since then. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so it's been fun.
Okay, now remind me, you've been
Mhm.
here at the Whole Person for quite some time. How long has it been? Do you mind me asking?
It's probably about 14 years now.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay, so you've done this support group for majority of that time, then you would say.
Probably a total of about maybe 4 or 5 years,
Wow.
I wanna say.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Mhm.
Because support groups are not easy. You have to always figure out what you want to talk about and how the conversation is going to go. And it takes a lot of time to get comfortable with them. So that's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. So let me look at our next question. I was just thinking of our previous conversation. I was like, wait a minute. I want to know how long you've been doing this.
Sure, sure.
Okay. So let's see here. I know during a lot of my sessions with clients on my support groups, they always share positive feedback or like, hey, let's look at this next time or whatever. How do you gather your positive feedback and what does that look like?
Um, that's a great question. I will I'll usually ask the members, if there's anything that they wanna be focusing in on. It's very our meetings are very, kinda ebb and flow. So we
Okay.
just kinda go with what is going on with people, that month and just kinda go from there. We have something, some important topic that we do, but then, see what else that we can discuss. Yeah, and then, I'll just ask their opinions about, is this working? Is this not working?
Hmm.
Please let me know. Otherwise, because I won't know, I don't want it
Right.
to be a successful, healthy group. So,
Right. No, I agree with how you do that because it's a two-way street. If you don't know what's going on with that person, they could be sitting in that meeting the whole time saying, I wish we're doing this instead of this, or, and we wouldn't know. So I'm glad that you check in about that because that's really important for their growth and your growth and the success of that program.
yes.
So,
Hmm.
okay. All right. I am struggling with the how to gather the information and I'm making it more like putting it into my case notes and stuff like
Oh,
that. So,
sure. Yeah.
it's just an ever changing learning situation, I would say.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh goodness. So, looking ahead, what are some of your goals for the growth of the peer support group?
Definitely having more members. Um, when I was doing this quite a few years ago, we would maybe have two members that came consistently. And I think that it's hard to, we already kind of know what's going on with people. And so it's hard to, um, it's not as interesting, I don't think, for people, for members, to kind of be able to share their story and just, empathize and understand. So now we're up to usually about 5 or 6, and that's a good amount, but we'd like to increase it just because of diversity. Just having a bigger support group, having more people that you can kind of rely upon each month that you hope to see, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's a great number. That's like consistently coming to you. That's
Mhm.
great. But I do understand the need to grow the peer support group and have different viewpoints.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this. Is it hard for your clients to come and like do they drive to your peer support group? Because I know with some situations they might not drive and have to rely on somebody, right? Am I
Yeah.
understanding that correctly?
Yes. So transportation is always a barrier to
Mm-hmm.
almost everything in
Mm-hmm.
life.
Yes.
So it is with our group also. They do ride share
Hmm.
is a big one. Some of the members drive themselves. Um, and then, we have some members out in Lee Summit, Independence. We have one that moved to Western Kansas. In those cases,
Wow.
we do have teams. So we're able to, the participants would just give me a call. I can set up a meeting. And so they would be able to be live, with
Right.
our members. So that's something that we've been working with also. But yeah, I mean, it's always going to be a barrier no matter what.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because I know that transportation is a huge issue for my
Yep.
group, and I wish I could help out more with that so that we can have more people. But we also do the online portion, so that's been helping a little bit.
Good.
Um,
Good. Good.
but yeah, I was just curious about if that was a barrier.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Okay. So I guess what kind of advice or thoughts would you say to somebody who is maybe new to the group and
Mhm.
wasn't really sure what's going on, or they were really confused? I'm always confused. So like if I were coming into your group, what
Yeah.
would you say to somebody who was new, and what kind of advice and support would you provide?
I would say definitely reach out to Brain Injury Association of Missouri, or Brain Injury Association of Kansas. They have so many resources on their website. You can call it, talk to someone. Um, and I brought this is really helpful that they will provide
Oh,
you.
okay.
So it's for survivors, family, and caregivers, just kind of a good resource book.
It looks like it. That
So
is very impressive.
yeah, so I would definitely reach out to them. Support groups are so important, I think, especially with new diagnoses.
Hmm.
They will just looking up their websites. They will let you know about different support groups. They have some only online. They have some like the whole person that's usually in person. They have one that's only men. So it just kind of depends what you're looking for. You could always give me a call at the whole person, and I can let you know about agencies to reach out to. Because there are so many resources, but actually taking that first step and trying to find them is incredibly daunting.
Yes.
But I just want you for folks to know that we are in here and there's a lot of support in the community for you.
That's great. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is really, really good to know that that's available.
Hmm.
And for those who are watching, we will go ahead and put Sarah's phone number up on the screen, so that you can call her, because she is a wealth of knowledge. And it's just, there's too much to know. There's just too much out there. So
There's
we're just going to send everyone your way.
okay.
Oh, man. Oh, I have a question I just thought of. Does the support groups or I've already forgot the name, the organization who does your booklet, do they do different events out in the community for TBI individuals?
Yes.
Okay.
So we do the Brain Injury Association of Missouri.
Yes.
They do a seminar in the spring. The Brain Injury Association of Kansas does one in the fall, both in Kansas City. And that there are at least 10 plus tables. They have speakers. They have the last one that I attended, most of our members from the whole person group were there. They had a music therapist. It's just really fantastic.
Oh.
I'm always at those
Mhm.
with a table. There are the Brain Injury Association of Missouri. They have a camp that's coming up pretty quick. So just a day of camp activities. Um,
That is
there,
so good. I
yes.
love that. Okay.
There, so they'll have bowling, they'll have, different things like that. And I always let the participants know, to get out and go do some fun stuff.
Yeah, that's so great. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness, because that's one of the biggest things for anyone with a disability, I would say, is just go out and be around other people who are going through what you're going through. Understand that there are things that you can do. You
Yep.
just have to learn a little bit differently.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
that's okay.
Yep.
That's all
Mhm.
right. Oh man. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of this information. And thank you again for joining us a second time on the podcast. This has been great.
Yes. Very
Okay.
fun.
So we will share your information and get the word out, and we'll just kind of see how this goes for everyone. And if you have any follow-up things that you want to share with us, please let us know and we'll have you again on the
All
podcast.
right.
Okay.
Thanks, Haley.
Thank you, everyone. It's been great. Have a good rest of the day. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on our podcast. Today, I'm going to go through some of the monthly events that the Whole Person hosts. Again, my name is Halley Korff. I am your vision impaired host today, so bear with me. I've got a lot of notes here, okay? All right, the first event is Getting Social. It's the first Friday of every month. The next event is Time to Spare, and that is the third Wednesday of every month. That is our accessible bowling open to everyone who has a disability. The next event is Mind's Eye View, and that is the first Monday of every month. That is more geared towards people who are vision impaired or blind to get together and talk about some of the difficulties. Then after that, we have our DIY skills for young adults, age range 18 through 24, and that is the last Wednesday of every month. Brain Injury Peer Support Group, the second Thursday of every month. And then Tech Talk, the second Monday of the month. And that is also geared towards people who are vision impaired or blind to get together and talk a little bit more about accessibility issues. If you have any more questions, feel free to look it up at thewholeperson.org. And again, please join us for any event at any time. Thank you.